Oceans cover over 70% of the Earth's surface and produce half of the oxygen we breathe. They drive weather patterns, regulate temperature, and provide livelihoods for billions. But how much do we really know about the 7 seas that keep our planet alive? Let's dive in and explore the fascinating world of our oceans. While modern geography recognizes 5 major oceans, the historical concept of the 7 seas has changed over time. Today, we'll focus on the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern, and Arctic oceans, as well as significant regions of the Mediterranean Sea and the Arabian Sea. Each ocean has its own distinct ecosystem, geography, and role in our global climate system. Let's explore them one by one. First up, the Pacific Ocean, the largest and deepest ocean, covering more than 63 million square miles. It stretches from the Arctic Ocean in the north to the Southern Ocean in the south, and from Asia and Australia in the west to the Americas in the east. The Pacific's average depth is about 12,080 feet, and it holds the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth at 36,000 feet. It's home to some of the world's richest marine ecosystems, including the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, and vast numbers of coral species, fish, and marine mammals like whales and dolphins. The Pacific is crucial for global trade. The Asia-Pacific shipping routes account for a significant portion of the world's cargo traffic, with major ports like Tokyo, Shanghai, and Los Angeles. However, plastic pollution, especially the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, rising sea levels due to climate change, and coral bleaching are major issues threatening this ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is the second largest, covering about 41 million square miles, stretching between the Americas to the west and Europe and Africa to the east. It's often called the Ocean of Trade due to its historical role in exploration and commerce. The Atlantic's average depth is about 10,955 feet, with its deepest point being the Puerto Rico Trench at 28,374 feet. Famous for its fisheries, the Atlantic supports millions of people through fishing industries. It also features unique marine species like the Atlantic bluefin tuna, sea turtles, and a variety of seabirds. The Atlantic has been a major route for exploration, including the Age of Discovery. It's also infamous for the transatlantic slave trade and the Titanic disaster. Major global shipping lanes pass through the Atlantic, and coastal tourism is booming along the Caribbean and European coasts. But overfishing, habitat loss, and ocean acidification due to increased CO2 levels are pressing issues. In addition, warming waters are affecting fish migration patterns. The Indian Ocean, the third largest, spans over 27 million square miles. Surrounded by Africa, Asia, Australia, and the Middle East, it is known for its warm waters and vibrant marine life. Its average depth is about 12,740 feet, with the deepest point being the Sunda Trench at 25,344 feet. The Indian Ocean is home to diverse coral reefs, seagrass meadows, and fish populations, especially around islands like the Maldives and Seychelles. The Indian Ocean is a key player in the global economy, with oil and gas reserves, crucial shipping lanes like the Suez Canal, and important ports in India, Singapore, and Australia. Over 40% of the world's oil is transported across its waters. Climate change is leading to more frequent and intense tropical cyclones. Coral bleaching, rising sea temperatures, and illegal fishing practices are also threatening marine ecosystems. The Southern Ocean, also known as the Antarctic Ocean, encircles Antarctica and plays a critical role in regulating the Earth's climate. Covering about 7.8 million square miles, it is a cold, nutrient-rich ocean that supports life in extreme conditions. The average depth of the Southern Ocean is about 13,000 feet, and its deepest point is the South Sandwich Trench at 23,740 feet. Despite its freezing temperatures, the Southern Ocean supports rich ecosystems, with species like krill, which forms the basis of many Antarctic food chains, as well as penguins, seals, and whales. It's the engine of the global ocean conveyor belt, a system of deep ocean currents that regulate Earth's temperature by distributing heat across the globe. However, melting Antarctic ice due to global warming is raising sea levels and disrupting ecosystems. Overfishing, particularly of krill, threatens the food chain in this sensitive environment. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest and shallowest of all the oceans, covering about 5.4 million square miles. It's mostly covered in sea ice year-round, though this is rapidly changing due to climate change. The Arctic Ocean's average depth is about 3,407 feet, with its deepest point in the Eurasian Basin at 17,881 feet. The Arctic supports species uniquely adapted to cold environments, including polar bears, walruses, narwhals, and seals. It's also a crucial breeding ground for migratory birds. The Arctic is warming at twice the global rate, leading to significant ice melt. This opens new shipping routes but also threatens wildlife and indigenous communities. Oil exploration and overfishing add to the environmental pressures. Although technically seas, the Mediterranean and Arabian Seas have historically been crucial for trade, culture, and exploration. The Mediterranean Sea connects Europe, Africa, and Asia, and has been home to ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans. Meanwhile, the Arabian Sea, part of the Indian Ocean, has been a key route for maritime trade between Africa and Asia. Both seas have bustling ports and are vital for the economy of surrounding countries. The Mediterranean is one of the busiest tourist regions in the world, and the Arabian Sea supports major oil transportation routes. Overfishing, pollution from maritime traffic, and climate change are major concerns. The Mediterranean is also warming at an alarming rate, affecting marine biodiversity. Our oceans are not just beautiful, they are essential for life on Earth, but they're also under threat. By reducing plastic use, supporting sustainable practices, and raising awareness, we can protect these ecosystems for generations to come. Which ocean or sea fascinates you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations of our incredible planet.